Hello again, and welcome to Uncle Kevin's Snack Attack, where I teach you how to attack your cravings back. Tonight, we have macaroni surprise. Now, you might say, Uncle Kevin, what do you do with leftover, that's right, leftover macaroni and cheese, made this last night? How do you make that into a snack attack? Well, here's what we're going to do. We've got some macaroni and cheese. We've got a pot warming up here. I've got about less than a quarter cup of milk in here. I'm just going to pour a little bit in there, and I've already started started the warmer. So it's already getting warm. And we're going to take a wooden spoon because on my very first snack attack, my dear coworker Karen made a comment, because there's always a Karen making a comment, and she just said, "Don't use the metal spoon on a pot, it'll scratch it." On a whatever them stupid pots are called. What are they called? Teflon coated pots. Don't use a fork on it, use a wooden spoon. So we're gonna use a wooden spoon. So here it is. So we're going to put this macaroni here, it's leftover macaroni. And put it in this here pot. It's being serious. So, yeah, we're not going to use any more metal utensils on the Teflon pots. We don't scratch them. Yeah, and you kind of put your macaroni also too. I've got over here on this back warmer, we're going to start some gravy, some brown gravy. So what I'm going to do, I got a cup of water here. I'm going to pour it in this pot. I'm going to take one package, that's 1 cup of water. It's according to the instructions. You use 1 cup of cold water to 1 packet of brown gravy mix. I'll learn how to talk on the next episode. Don't worry about it. So we're going to take our little whisker. Not these whiskers, this whisker. But yeah, we're going to whisk it around. It's already started to get hot. There we go. We're going to check on this. Let me put this on like 4 or 5. Got the macaroni and cheese. And a little bit of milk. Now you can use water if you want. Water's okay too if that's what you want. You don't want to put any milk in it. We're going to start our toast here. And I'll show you why we got toast in a minute. But it looks like this is a good, softened it up. I mean, it's made it a little bit more moisture in here with this milk that we added to the macaroni and cheese. And so let's check on our dear gravy. Our toast is making, and you'll find out why here in a minute. We're making that toast, but no, and it's not actually for toast. It's actually for just this particular snack at this particular stage, and you'll understand in a minute. But yeah, starting to smell good. Smell the gravy. Smell the macaroni and cheese. Yeah. Yes. Starting to smell good up in here. Just smell that gravy. Really? That's the gravy. When it starts to get that hot, my recommendation, if you see a lot of steam coming off of it, you really don't want it to boil, because at that point, it's gotten too hot. So just whisk it around and let it get to steaming, then I just turn it off. You want to let it thicken anyway. And as soon as you get it all mixed up, it's done anyway. And our toast is almost done. So what we're gonna do, got this nice and hot. We can turn this down now. It's actually a little too hot. That's all right. Looks like we've got, maybe we add a little bit more milk to this. Yeah, just a little. Keep mixing it up. Got our milk and our macaroni and cheese. So, keep mixing this. That's cooling down. That's thickening. And what kind of thick? Now our toast just came out. Our toast, actually, we actually made the toast for her. I'm gonna let it cool here for just a second. We actually made the toast for her is actually just breadcrumbs. We're not using it in the sense you might think. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a knife and cool a little bit so you don't burn yourself, but take a knife and you're gonna scrape off so you have some fine little breadcrumbs. So you're not even really using the whole piece of bread. You're just making the breadcrumbs. And you don't, of course, don't want to make it, you don't want to burn it either. So just brown the toast good as you can, and you're going to scrape it off here because you kind of want it kind of fine. And then what we're going to do, ooh, it smells good in here. Woo! Smell good. Got the mac and cheese. Warmed up. Let's see how it tastes. Okay. Let's make sure that our gravy is nice and thick. Actually, just gonna take it off the warmer now. And then what we're gonna do, and you don't have to pour. This is about 2.5 cups of macaroni and cheese, approximately. Maybe, yeah, actually it's about closer to 2 cups, approximately. I'm gonna warm it up just a little bit more here, but put a little milk in it. Hit it up on the front here. Nice and warm. Keep the milk mixed around in it. Get it nice and hot. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to take that mix and to get it hot again. What we're going to do now, turn that off, and then we're going to take some of our gravy. And remember, you don't have to add a lot of gravy. It's approximately a cup of gravy. It's not really a cup. It even more measured out. There's a half cup of water. I mean, there's a whole cup of water, but it doesn't really measure out to that much gravy. We're going to take some of this good gravy right here. Mix it up. And kind of get it kind of thick. That's one of my tricks to cooling things down, is I move them, or take them off the warmer and move them to one spot on the glass stove, then move them to another spot. Helps cool it down a little faster. That's just one of my little tricks. And that's like I said, use the breadcrumb trick too. Just scraping the crumbs off the bread out, you know, as it's toast. Then what we're gonna do, we're take a little bit of this gravy. Ooh, son. Pour it in there. Probably about half of it. Then we're gonna mix it up. We get a good consistency in there. May have to add a little bit more. May have to add a little bit more gravy. All right. Not too much. Woo. There we go. A little bit more. Now we're going to take some of these breadcrumbs. Dump it in there. Now. Mix this up. Woo! Yeah. Now, you can always add a little bit of breadcrumbs, do a little shot in here, but we just take some more, put them in there, add them to the mix. recommend that you do this over the bowl though. Do this over the bowl. Then dump them in there because they get all over the warmer. Then you take those, dump them in there now. Mix them all around. Now let's put a little bit on the plate here. Macaroni and cheese, please. With a little brown gravy and a little bit of breadcrumbs. And you have, woo, breadcrumbs, like it's crunchy. Okay. If you need to, just add some breadcrumbs to it. We got a little bit of shaba. Man, that's delicious. Once again, Uncle Kevin teaching you how to attack your cravings back. Uncle Kevin out.